Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm presenting analysis of extra space storage, specifically focusing on its underperformance in the area of people management. I'll also introduce a strategic change plan using Cotter's 8-step model to address this challenge. As you see on our next slide, this is an introduction. Now you can see on there is going to be a brief overview of extra space storage. Extra space storage is one of the largest self-storage operators in the U.S., known for its financial performance and operational efficiency. However, it underperforms in people management, which is crucial for long-term sustainability and employee satisfaction. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, the next slide, we're going to talk about people management defined. And like you see in the slide, there's a description of it, but let me give you more detailed. People management includes how an organization engages, supports, and develops its employees. Strong people management leads to higher engagement, better retention, and overall organizational success. So that's all we need. Higher engagement, better retention. We want to keep our employees. The more you keep your employees, the more knowledgeable employees you have, and the more knowledgeable employees are, you gain more success. So that makes a lot of sense. Go to the next slide. Employee feedback from platforms like Glassdoor shows high turnover and frustration. As I work for Extra Space, I'm sorry, I haven't said that, but I work for Extra Space. I'm store manager, and yes, we do have a lot of assistant managers come in. They come and go, whatever reason. So they're getting like a lot of stricter policies. So it does have a lot of frustration with communication and lack of career progression. And the career progression, like they looking at me for district manager, but it's like you have to work there a year, then district manager is like another year or two uh training, and the pay is way different. So it's like when you get a master's degree, I don't know if it won't be there that long, but these are clear indicators that people management need improvement. You know what I'm saying? So remember, fast track it a little more, I would say. Okay, my next slide is about ramifications of underperformance. If these issues remain unaddressed, Extra Space risks long talented employees, which in turn affects morale and customer service, ultimately impacting the bottom line. Like I said, like risk people that have been there, they're knowledgeable. You risk losing them. Like you keep paying them low rate and not promoting them. They get frustrated, and like I'm getting frustrated, and they leave. Like once I get this master's, if things ain't moving, I'm looking for a different job. Failure to act could lead to long-term culture stagnation and an inability to attract new talent. It also raises operational costs associated with constantly replacing staff. These are all future consequences if unresolved. See, it creates stagnant culture, it's difficult attracting top talent. I mean, people talking, people hear things, and increased costs in hiring and training. So it's like you keep have to train it over and over. Everybody keep training, putting efforts and time to people, and becomes pointless. The current centralized structure limits responsiveness and communication. The performance first culture, while efficient office, comes at a cost of employee well being and development. This is all about structure design and culture analysis. Like centralized structure, we just have like a stagnant culture that limits communication. Performance driven culture lacks people focus, and lean staffing model strains employees. So it's like me, like uh, I work by myself a lot because I run the whole store, I do everything. But there's times you need two people, and like auctions, and you need to cut the logs, you need to get these people, you get the checklist down, but you need two people there, and we don't have people, so it's hard to have to do everything last minute. And we get coverage, double coverage, and it's like very frustrating when you have to do everything last minute. So my next slide is about conscious culture and management. Extra Space makes strides in external stakeholder engagement and diversity, but falls short in creating a conscious internal culture where employees feel valued and supported. And that's that's what I'm talking about. Like from my job to the next job above me, like my next step is like double pay. So it's like it's just frustrating. My whole thing's pay and how long it takes to turn over. So that is a frustrating thing for me. Cotter's model provides a roadmap for implementing change by creating urgency and aligning the vision with operations. Extra Space can gradually embed a people-centered approach. This is Cotter 8-step model challenge plan, and this is basically breaking down every step of the thing: create urgency, build coalition, develop vision, communicate vision, remove barriers, short-term wins, sustain change, and anchor change. And these are all steps you can take to change our culture. And these are anticipated challenges that we may face because change ain't easy. Resistance, costs, and culture inertia are likely obstacles. It's essential to communicate the benefits and pilot changes gradually to gain trust. And that speaks for itself. You communicate and benefits, pilot gain trust. That's everything. And managing our challenges, we can overcome challenges by celebrating early successes. And I would say reallocating existing budgets for people initiatives and fostering a transparent culture that embraces feedback. And everybody needs feedback. And being transparent, letting people know what's going on, and have constructive feedback. Not just feedback, but have a constructive feedback and learn how to give that feedback. Okay, subsystems realignment. Subsystems must align with the change. HR must drive leadership training. HR is real important. That's my master's is in HR. And performance systems must include people-oriented goals. Communication processes should encourage open dialogue. Like you should always make someone feel like their voice is heard, their voice is valuable. That's something that means a lot. And these are things that we learn and our takeaways from this. This analysis taught me the importance of intentional culture building and leadership development. As a future manager, which I'm a current store manager, but I want to be like a district regional manager, I plan to listen actively, build inclusive teams, and value continuous growth. Like as a district manager, I want if when I become that point, I want to hear have what all my store managers have to say. I don't want to be like a dictator and say you have to do this is what I want to do. I want to hear people's concerns and maybe their ideas. It could help us build. In conclusion, while Extra Space excels in operations, its people management practices need improvement. Implementing conscious leadership and Cotter's model can drive lasting positive change, which I totally agree with. And these are my references for the thing. And thank you very much for your time. I'm Roland Sino. And thank you. Hope I did a great job. And thank you for your class, man.